Good morning, everyone. We are back at it with another thrift video, reselling on my way to Jamaica. Come along if you want to learn about it. Today we are going thrifting, and I'm taking you along with, well, at least I'm going to try. First off, on thrifting days, I go very comfortable because you are on your feet the entire day. So I have my Ons, the best tennis shoes in the world, in my opinion. I have all my things here that need to go with me, well, almost all my things. My Plato's Closet stuff that I'm gonna finish bringing this bag, see what another town takes, because last time they took, I think, $14 worth of stuff. And then here I have my IKEA bag that I will use for shopping. I know I'm gonna go to a Goodwill today and a Goodwill Ben's. And then inside, I just have 3 packages that need to go out to the mailbox. I have my water, since I'll be gone all day long. And then over here is just a crock pot of scraps that need to go out to the chickens. Off to a pretty late start. I was hoping to be on the road between 8:15 and 8:30 to be at a Goodwill by 9:15 because they open at 9, and it's currently 8:58 and it's a 45-minute drive, but that's okay. I had to do some computer work. We went on a ski trip this past weekend, and so my whole week has just been thrown off. We skied like through Monday. Computer work, it just has to be done. But I'm gonna throw these 3 packages in the mailbox real quick. It is so nice that I don't have to drive these in to the post office. But I gotta go back inside real quick and tape this box because it keeps coming undone. These boxes I will never get again from the post office. They're not good. Well, I kind of failed, you guys. It's a few hours, like quite a few hours later, 4:05, and we left like at 9 something. I tried to take you guys to the thrift store with me. I'm gonna have to figure that out a little better. I do not know how people that thrift and film do it. I mean, some people wear a GoPro. Like right now I'm using my actual camera. And so when I'm in the thrift store, I just have my phone, and I can't like set it up anywhere because there's all these people around. So 1, I don't want my phone stolen. 2, it's like hard to prop it. And then 3, I'm constantly looking up comps on my phone to make sure like it's worth getting an item or not. So we'll work on that. Went to 4 thrift stores and I got something at each of them, which I will show you guys later. We did go to Plato's Closet. I brought this bag. They took 5 items, the 5 items that I had left, and I got paid $18.30. And then the only other item that they did not take was, well, 3 things. 1, a hat, which we are completely out of the season for hats now, like almost anyway. So places aren't taking like fall and winter things. This sweater, which also is like an autumn sweater. And then this jacket. I'm not going to show you guys everything that I got. If you guys are genuinely interested in me doing haul videos, please let me know down in the description, because I would love to do haul videos, but I want to make sure people actually want to see them. And if I do those, I'll just make them a whole separate video. I'm going to show you a few of the highlight things that I got, and then we're going to go over my receipts of what I paid, figured out what we're looking at financially, and then we have other things we need to do, because with reselling, it's not just you go shopping, you take photos, and that's it. just like any job, there's always more to it. So the first place that I went to is a local thrift store, and they have a wonderful mission. All of their proceeds goes to an orphanage in Africa, and all their stuff is priced so reasonably. Everything is $2. Like shoes, shirts, they hardly have anything marked up like on their specialty rack. I like to start there because if I can, one, support a good mission, but also get a good deal, love that. One of the things I got was this puffer vest. I have never heard of this brand before. It's called Elf Joy. Real down stuff does really well, and this has, it's like 50% down, and it has 100% sell-through rate. So this is something I need to get listed as soon as possible. One other thing I got from there was this Disney shirt. Disney is something I'm really choosy on because it is an oversaturated market, and so it either needs to be like vintage or unique. And this shirt has like a embroidered Mickey on it, and at this thrift store I spent technically $5, but I donated $1, so we're just gonna say $6 because that's what I paid them for those 3 items. So it's $2 an item. I try to only go to Goodwill on the days that they're doing a color sale, but they were not running a color sale this day, and I did get multiple things. And at this thrift store, or at the Goodwill, I spent $37. I got this Lululemon like jumpsuit, and this should resell anywhere between $40 and $60, which this one item, if it sells for that much, will pay for all my things. And then everything else that I'm selling from that store is just money back in my pocket. Then I got this brand new with tags Skims bodysuit. This was like in a really random spot. I saw the tags and I was like, I should check it out because anything new with tags like maybe good. So I'm glad I got that. Swimsuits. That is not an area that you want to sleep on. There is some like serious money in reselling for swimsuits because swimsuits are expensive. And if you're getting a quality swimsuit, sometimes people spend upper like $80+ on a good swimsuit. And so these 2 swimsuits, I should be able to resell between $30 and $40. And then the last place that I went to on that day was the Salvation Army. And I got this tote that's for me because I use this kind of stuff like when we travel or if I'm going to my parents and like need to bring games. But I spent at the Salvation Army $18.91. I got these real leather earth boots. The color is phenomenal on these. I would not have even thought twice. It's just this basic blue little sweater. But I was looking at the tag, and it's 55% silk and 45% cashmere. And it's Saks Fifth Avenue. And these also sell really well. So I'm excited to see how that does for me. And other than that, like I just got a few sweaters and some linen dresses, a blazer from that thrift store. The next day, I went thrifting again. I really only go thrifting like once a week to once every other week. I try really hard to list everything that I have before I go again, and since I'm out of inventory, that's what I needed to do. And also, if I'm gonna even get close to my goal, like I had to go thrifting to get some items that hopefully will sell for a higher profit margin. It's just hard right now because in general, sales across the board for everyone are just really slow. So I went to their Goodwill and I spent $25.94. I got a lot from there. I got 3 different pairs of shoes. I got these Timberlands, these UGG dress shoes, and then these Nike cleats. Just one of these items sold should also pay for my entire trip at that store. Apparently, hand-painted jeans sell like awesome. And they're these vintage riders, and they have on the back Kermit the Frog, and then this cool pocket. And these could potentially sell for over $100. Went to a place called Trinkets and Togs. I don't pick up a lot of like hard goods stuff, but they had this real tree steering wheel cover, and then these, I don't think they've ever even been worn, Merrill slipper shoes. And then I went to the Goodwill outlet, and it was so over, okay, I'm sorry, The sun is just gonna keep popping through the clouds because it is also really cloudy out. So bear with me as like everything fluctuates here. But it was super busy at this Goodwill outlet, and this one is just not organized like a normal Goodwill outlet. They don't do like rotations, and so it was a lot. So I just stayed for 20 minutes, but I did find this Yellowstone Dutton Ranch, like really cool jacket. Last thrift store that I went to, I got these Hoka tennis shoes. And then these I might keep for myself, but they're these Nike Air Maxes. All my stuff organized over here. So I got it all re-sacked up in the correct sack that it goes with. So when I put it in my inventory sheet, I know what I spent on what item. The stuff over here, these are things that I bought for myself. So I rang up those things separately. I went ahead and put all the numbers in my EveryDollar app. And so after all the money that I spent on thrifting, I am now, before like putting in the numbers of sales that I've had since the 14th to now, I'm at $547.52. So I'm now left to receive $1,783.72. One thing with business is you have to spend money in order to make money in a lot of things. And reselling is one of them. So it's just kind of an ebb and flow of like, you have to spend money for inventory, but if you pick good inventory, the hope would be that one item that you sell would pay for that entire like store that you went to. And that is just the way the business goes, is that you have to be willing to spend money in order to make money. And yes, you have to make wise decisions, but I have to constantly remind myself that of like, this is how it works. You just spend to make. The rest of today's mission is to take care of all of this. Before I had an inventory system because it was free, and that is the smart thing to do until you're able to like afford things like a thermal printer or an inventory system or shelving. You use what you have because that is the smart thing to do. So for my inventory system, I had a couple of totes and a couple of boxes that I kept here in the back of our living room in the basement, and I had them like sectioned, so it was like women's tops in one, men's stuff in another, and I just like had a whole system. Well, these are the items that I have not either cross-listed to all of my platforms, or they're just things like, essentially they're mistake buys for some of it. Like, for example, I tried out some kids Disney stuff, and I've had it for 6 or 8 months, and like I probably just shouldn't have bought that stuff. The sweatshirt that is from Target. Now I know, don't buy Target stuff, like profit-wise, it's not worth it. And then also just like my return of investment, like I'm not gonna make much off of selling this. Like I maybe would be able to sell this for $12, and then if I paid $2, like I'm making $10, so it's just not worth my time. And so what I am doing now is going through all of this and determining what I'm going to list over to eBay. So over here, I have this tote, and I have a rotation going with a consignment store near us where when you bring in your stuff, you have to bring it in a tote with a lid. And then they keep your stuff with the tote with the lid. And then whatever doesn't sell, you come pick it back up, and which I'm just going to donate whatever doesn't sell. And then you have 5 days to come get your tote. So then when they call me to do that, I'm going to bring them this tote of things to sell, and I'm just going to keep this rotation going. So right now, I am just going through all of this and determining anything that I want to either bring straight to consignment, or that is going to go to Plato's Closet, or go to my office to be relisted or listed. went through and organized everything. So that stuff that I'm going to look up and either relist or do something with. These are my things that are going to go to Plato's Closet. I just leave these up on my platforms for sale. And then when I bring it to Plato's Closet, whatever they take, I take a picture of it in their bin. And then I hurry and delete it off of my platforms. And then over here, these are the items that are just going to go straight to consignment. These two things they probably won't take now because they're winter items. And then these are just little kids' clothes that I gave a go. These were given to me. These I actually bought. But I need to go ahead and delete them off of my page. And then those will go in that tote until I'm ready to bring those to consignment, which probably will be in the next month. Another reason I've been wanting to get that box taken care of is my mother-in-law has been so kind to start shipping my orders for me when we are on trips. And so it just saves her a lot of time and like a headache trying to find the things. So my goal is before we go to Jamaica to get all of those items in the box actually in my inventory system. And then also that helps me keep track of how long I've had things listed. So over the last couple days, I have started doing that. I have been going through, making sure every item is on all of my platforms because I list across 3 platforms, and then I've been putting them in these bags. And then what I will be doing after that is I have my inventory number stickers, and I go ahead and put a number on all of the items. That way when I put them in my inventory system, because these items are already in my spreadsheet, they just don't have a number on like the SKU section that says where they are. And so it's really quick for me to just go in, find the item on the spreadsheet, and then plug in a number. And then these will just go over on my shelves instead of that box. And then once that box is empty, I can get rid of it, and we will not be doing anything like that ever again because it's exhausting. It takes a lot of time to find things, and it's really easy to think that you lost things. Last thing that I wanted to go over before we figure out where we are on like a financial standing is returns. I've had a lot of questions in my comments about returns, and on eBay and Mercari, you cannot return unless truly there is something wrong with the item. That is not my choosing, that is the platform's choosing. And so I try to be really good about putting measurements and lots of good pictures to prevent returns on all my platforms. But on eBay, even if I didn't accept returns, which I do, buyer can still do returns. Like, that's just how eBay is. And so I got a return this week. There were these pants, which was like a mistake buy. So I was so excited to see them go. But unfortunately, they were too short for the buyer. And so she sent them back because I do require for things to be sent back just to prevent people from lying about things. So she sent them back in the original packaging. Got the pants here. So I have to go find these in my spreadsheet, move them back down to like be available. And then on top of it, I have to like relist these, which eBay makes it really simple. I can just click like a relist button and get them back up for sale. I will have to now also deduct that out of my app that tells me how much we've made. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then let's go back upstairs and I'm gonna tell you where we are sitting. Well, I know today's video was a little different and it was a wide variety of things, from being at the thrift store to showing you my spreadsheet and doing some listing things and just kind of like giving you some of the ins of the business. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I will say, maybe someday I'll get more into describing how things work. I'm just kind of giving this little series a go. Truly, if you guys like it, you need to let me know in the comments, because that's like what keeps me doing certain streams of like categories that I'm gonna film for you guys, whether it's cleaning or this or gardening. And it really helps me gauge what you guys like when you let me know in the comments. But I don't even remember what I was saying because I just ventured off. We're just gonna pick up at a different spot here. I went ahead and put the numbers in for my sales since it would been the 15th of February to today, which is the 28th. And it was like $531.55. Now we are looking at, like, my profit is $1,079.07. So we still have yet to make $1,252.17 in the next 2 weeks. Across the board for all resellers, the months of January and February are just really slow. People have just came out of the holidays from spending money. Also, you're not really needing like new clothes. And so hopefully in like April and May, March, April, and May, things really pick up because people will be looking to go on vacations and wanting spring clothing. And so I may not hit my goal, and I'm okay with that. I truly just want to show that these side hustles are possible. If I can do it, you can do it too. I remember what I was going to say earlier. I'm like showing some of my business stuff, and maybe someday I will truly show how to do things. But for now, there are so many good creators here on YouTube that have already made videos that are like to the point of learning how to ship things or how to set up a Poshmark account or set up eBay. And I encourage you that if you are interested in that, to start venturing out and seeing what you can find in the meantime. But anyway, if I don't reach my goal, that is okay. I am not going to just not do things because I may not reach it. I'm going to do it because I'm going to put my heart into it and try my best and be proud of what I accomplished. And even if I wouldn't make another dollar in the next 2 weeks, like, I am happy that I've put $1,000 toward our trip that I didn't have before. So anyway, I hope today's video was just encouraging and you learned something and that you also enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. All those things help my channel out in so many ways, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys in the next one, which I think is going to be the last video of the series.